everybody. G'day, legends out there. It's Wildman here, interviewing Matty from King Parrot for Roaring in the Pit Media. Now, this is a pretty exciting interview from me, because I've been listening to King Parrot for some time, and they've got a show coming up on the 29th of October this month down at Max Watt's House of Music in Victoria. And 10 years, mate. 10 years of Bite Your Head Off. That's what you're celebrating, correct?
That's right, man. Yeah, we were just sort of having a chat, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago. And we were like, our booking agent kind of said, why don't you do a 10-year anniversary show and play the whole album, you know? And it was pretty funny because, I mean, there's obviously, you know, obviously off every album, there's songs that you don't continue to play, you know? So there's some of those songs on that record we haven't played in, you know, since we recorded it. Pretty much.
Yeah, nice.
And so, like, I was all for it, you know. I was like, yeah, that'll be a great show. That was cool. And some of the other guys are like, oh shit, we better get, you know. So they've been doing their homework and, you know, having little lounge room jams and stuff like the last few weeks, and just learning all the little nuances in the songs and stuff. But you know, by all reports, it's all going pretty well.
Outstanding. Did you have a bit of a get together on the beers and listen to the album as a band or anything like that? Like just listen to it start to finish to reminisce?
Well, look, I mean, we're all like, we don't sort of live in close proximity, so we don't. But I'm sure we've all been listening to it and trying to get it, you know, to where we are. And I know Squiz and Ari, our guitarists, have definitely been. They were jamming last night together, just learning, you know, a couple of the sort of more obscure songs that we haven't played. And there's even one song on there that only goes for like 12 seconds. So we're going to do that. We've got to play the whole lot, you know, like we've got to do the
start to finish thing. Unreal.
So yeah, it'll be a really good experience, you know. And we'll play that record, and it's a 30-minute record essentially. So we're going to play a whole bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah, fantastic. The album itself, it goes for 35 minutes, but it's got 17 tracks on it. Each of those songs hits like a sledgehammer. But the video clips, where I want to focus is the video clips, not even just from that album, but like anything you've done since then. Number one, they're piss funny to watch. They are very, very well put together, but the ideas behind them, like they are like nothing that we had ever seen, and they continue to do so. How do you come up with the ideas, and how much fun do you actually have making these video clips?
Oh, well, you know, like we've always kind of looked at it, even initially, like when we first put our first EP out, we wanted to, you know, have great videos. And you can kind of see that from, you know, like when we started with Epileptic Butcher and Psychotherapy and Valium. They were the first two videos that we did, and you know, we just sort of put in that a little bit extra effort, you know what I mean, and wanted to make sure that they presented really well. And then I guess when the album came out, when Bite Your Head Off came out, we had this concept for the Shit on the Liver video, and it was around you know, the parking inspector guy, us wearing stupid corpse paint, which, you know, people, I think because that video was so, you know, well received, like people actually thought that that's what we did when we played live, was we'd wear the corpse paint and all that sort of stuff. But we've never done that. I think we did it at one gig, you know, at a New Year's Eve gig or a Christmas gig way back in like 2011, 2012 when we first started, but that was the only time we ever did it. And so we're not really doing that kind of thing, and at all, and never have. But so I think sometimes there's a little bit of disappointment when bands turn up and they expect us to do that. But you know, our video guy, Dan Farmer, is an exceptional talent, really amazing filmmaker, and our friend Boyd Sinnott, who actually plays the parking inspector in that video. He does a lot of our artwork and stuff like that. It's heavily involved with the band in terms of, you know, the way that we present it artistically and all that sort of stuff. So usually myself, Dan and Boyd will get together. We'll discuss a concept around what the video might be or what the ideas are. You know, I might come to them with an idea, and then we'll just chuck it in the pot, you know, and we'll come up with different ideas. Dan, our video guy, he's really good at, you know, like if there's a concept or something like that, that's great. But Dan's the guy that will develop a story and make it engaging for the viewer, you know, and he's really good at doing that. And obviously he does that with, you know, these camera angles and the storyline itself, the the words, the script. Although a lot of it is unscripted, as you might be able to sort of tell.
I figured it might be. But that's the beauty of it, you're just having a laugh. It must be hard to keep a straight face, but the results speak for themselves on those video clips. Like, there is a bit of time and effort, but also a lot of genuine fun that goes into those. I don't know how, like, you must have a lot of outtakes and you guys just pissing yourselves laughing.
Dude, so many. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea, is that I think just to have fun and enjoy it. And it's another, writing music and playing music and performing live is one thing, but making a video like that in that fashion is a really an amazing way of being creative again. And
it's another avenue entirely.
Totally new outlet, and we love that. And like myself and Slats and Squizzy has even warmed up the camera a little bit more. Toddy and Ari's still a little bit kind of, but we all have fun with it. We always have a great time doing it. And it's just another awesome way to be creative, aside from the music, and have fun with your mates,
100%.
Yeah.
The show itself is going to be an absolute blinder. You've got a killer lineup. You've got Black Rheno and Witchskull.
Yeah, Witchskull are going to come down from Canberra. Black Rheno coming down from Sydney. We've also got Spawn, who are an awesome Melbourne band. And some old friends of ours called Pissbolt, who are really great name as well. And there's another newer kind of band called MUNT that are around that are a great name as well. That are really cool dudes. They rehearse at the same rehearsal place we go to, and we've been watching them sort of come up and record and do their new music and stuff, and we wanted to get them on that bill. And having some of the bands that are playing may not have had the opportunity to play Max Watts so much, which is a nice big venue, and it's sort of got a great reputation in Melbourne as sort of being the home of the biggest shows and stuff, and a lot of the international bands play there as well. So we wanted to be able to sort of put on a bit of a celebration, put on as many bands, and make it as great value as we possibly can for the punters. And have a full night of awesome different bands, because we're all different as well. It's something for everyone that's a fan of heavy music.
Yeah, it does look like a fantastic lineup. It's opened me up to some new music I hadn't heard. A couple of those bands there I've just gotten onto, so that's awesome in itself. I'm actually making the trip from Alice Springs, Central Australia, all the way down to Victoria just to come to this show. There's no other reason to come to Victoria at that time. I'm flying down on the 28th, and then I'm flying out about 4 days later, because after your show on the 29th, I'm going to need to rest my neck.
Yeah, I think you will, man, for sure. I think we'll all be sort of in need of a nice ice bath or something.
It's going to be a crazy show. Speaking of which, do you have any, off the top of your head, craziest moments at live shows? Has anything like absolutely out there happened?
Oh, so many things.
Where do you start?
Where do I start? One thing that always comes to mind is the first time we actually went over to Western Australia. Or that might have been the second time, actually, the second or third time. And we've always kind of done a Perth show, and then we've also gone down to Bunbury. I don't know if you've been to Bunbury?
No. It's pretty small town though, isn't it?
It's pretty wild down in Bunbury. It's the Wild West, and And we were playing at this little venue. There's a venue called the Prince of Wales there, which is somewhere where we always kind of played. But this time we played at another place. I think it was called Elliott Street Bar or something like that. It was our first time there. They kind of hadn't really experienced what the King Parrot show might be. And it had this sort of weird crossover with the nightclub night that would have, probably started as soon as we finished. They would have had the dance music going, and we had to get the fuck out of it. But anyway, there was some young guy there, and he didn't get it. He just didn't understand the aggression and the in-your-face nature of what we kind of do. And he was just getting angry and offended by us and all of this. And he had he had a big schooner glass in his hand, and I could just see him, and and I'd sort of pushed him around a little bit because he was coming up to the front. That's what we kind of do. We push the audience around, get in the a little bit.
Mate, bit of good fun.
I gave him a massive shove, right, and he just didn't like it, and he just came up and went crack and smacked the scooter over my head, and just like opened my forehead up, and I just had blood, just like, it looked cool. And it didn't hurt. That wasn't a real bad cut, but it was. It was
like, you get a scratch hitting on your head and you piss blood, but that was far out. That's next level.
I couldn't believe it. I was just like, wow, that dude just glassed me in the middle of the pub, and security didn't. I mean, there probably wasn't even any security there, but yeah, that was definitely one memory that always sort of sticks out. But I mean, aside from that, man, there's been so many things that have happened for us over the years. I remember one night we were actually playing down in we were playing in Europe with we're doing a tour with Obituary and Exodus and Prong, and we were playing in Poland, and it was this massive venue. It was a great show, full house, and Slats and the boys had been getting into the vodkas with the Polish people, and Slats was kind of dancing around on the side of the stage while Obituary were playing. He was really pissed, and the Obituary boys are pretty serious kind of band. Like they don't muck around. I mean, they're great, fun dudes, awesome people, but they like Slats just walking out onto the stage while Obituary were playing, sort of dancing like this, and he went up to the front of the stage and he was going to go for a stage dive, and he went to jump. And he just jumped and just went straight into the barrier. Like there was video footage of it. He just went, instead of going on top of the crowd, he just went bang, straight straight into the barrier. The biggest bruise on his ribs it was just blackness all around here, all down here. It was unbelievable. And it was just, we were just, so we had to basically carry him around for the rest of the tour, and it was a very, very bad injury. But funny, man. There's a video of it somewhere, and it's just so funny. Like usually you'd see a stage diver go up and over, and he just went boop, straight in, And oh god, yeah. Anyway,
mate, that's a carton. You have a carton for that one, I reckon.
yeah. Blame the Polish vodka.
Yeah, that's the real shit over there.
Oh, it sure is. They love it. Great people over there.
Well, have you got anything you want to add? You've told a couple of good stories here. We've pumped up the show a bit, which I cannot pump up enough. So I'm really excited to get down there. I've never been to that venue. I've heard good things. We're going to blow the roof off the place. Well, I suppose I've got maybe one more question for you in regards to playing the entire album. Is there one song in particular you're really looking forward to just sledging out?
Well, the funny thing is we haven't actually ever played the title track of the album by air.
You've never played Bite Your Head Off?
We've never played it live.
That's a
never ever played it live. So when we recorded the album, our guitarist Ari, who writes a lot of the riffs and a lot of the music, he was actually overseas, working offshore at the time, and this was sort of well before we started touring and all that sort of stuff. And so when we recorded the basic tracks for it, like the drums and the guitar and the bass and stuff, Ari wasn't actually there, and we'd actually written that song "Bite Your Head Off" without him, and so he never learnt the riffs like when Squiz just played the guitar. So we played it and we recorded it. We really liked the song. It was just stupid, funny, whatever. We liked the song. It's obviously the title track of the album, but we've never actually played it live. And a lot of people will ask us to play it live, and we're just like, no, we've never done it, and now we're going to do it, and I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited to play that song.
Yeah, that's unreal. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be cool.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a blinding show. So just to reiterate for the people watching this interview out there, 29th of October, Max Watts House of Music in Victoria. Tickets are on sale now. Was it Oztix and all that sort of stuff? Your standard outlets. So we'll have the links up on your social medias as well. We'll also put it in the link to this interview.
It's kingparrot.oztix.com.au. We've also got a bunch of other shows coming up toward the end of the year. We're doing, we've got Saturday, October 29th at Max Watts. We've got November the 19th, we're playing over in Adelaide at the Froth and the Fury Festival alongside Hailstorm, Skeletal Remains, Clowns, Void of Vision. I think Witchskull are playing that one too. Astro Death are going to be there. And then moving into December, we've got a weekend in Tassie. We're doing the Gunners Arms in Launceston. We're doing Altar Bar in Hobart, and then the following weekend we're heading over to Western Australia, and we're doing Amplifier Bar in Perth and the Prince of Wales in Bunbury. So I'll be wearing my stack hat for that one.
Yeah, bloody hell. Yeah, you don't want to hear I wonder if he'll be there. I wonder if he'll see the little thing at the pub and go, oh, I remember that. I'm keen for a bit of a dust up. Like, go glass someone.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Let's see. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, unreal, mate. Well, I appreciate your time this morning. I really do. And I look forward to seeing you down there in just a few weeks' time.
Can't wait, man. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you up in Northern Territory sometime soon, too.
Oh, mate, you're welcome anytime. Whether I'm in the Red Centre or up in the shop end, let me know when you're coming. Yeah. We'll go catch some big lizard day.
I'll tell you what, it won't be too long, man. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It won't be too long.
Woo! Well, there you go. You heard it here, folks. Yeah, that's a bit of a sneaky little. But yeah, that's the one, mate. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in a few weeks.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate your support.
Bit of shush, Terry. Bit of shush. Bit of shush. Bit of shush.